We're going to go ahead and get started. I want to thank our witnesses for being here, and I want to thank all the other folks who are attending. This is what we call a spotlight hearing on the Affordable Care Act and premium tax credits. And Senator Shaheen has been one of the real leaders on this. I mean, if she has to cut out a little bit earlier, she'd be leading this because she's literally been, our point person amongst all the Democrats on this issue. And I also want to give a shout out to Senator Klobuchar and her staff. This is how she helps organize all of these events. Now, literally for months and months, we've been saying to our Republican friends, we got a crisis coming. It's going to hit at the end of the year. 22 million Americans use these tax credits to get health care that makes it affordable. And unfortunately, we've kind of got a kick the can approach from them repeatedly. And it's kind of mind-boggling to me. And I'm going to hear from Kathleen, who shared her story, and I'm sure all of you will. And the same thing happening in New Hampshire, where people that may have been paying, $500, $600 a month, they're suddenly looking at $1,200, $1,500, $1,700. The idea that somebody that's kind of, middle income is going to have to pay an extra $1,000 a month. Mm-hmm. And the cruelty of this is we've been talking about it, but it really is driving home, since many folks make their decision, during the middle of December. It's not real until you see the rates. The rates are out there. How many Christmases are going to be ruined when suddenly people realize, oh my gosh, we can't afford health care going into the new year. And the idea that, our Republican friends, are still trying to, 24 hours before the vote, scheme and scam about what their alternative is. I'd be the first to acknowledge, the ACA is not perfect. We need a better overall healthcare system in America. But the idea that we're going to take one of the legs of our healthcare system and kick it aside without anything to replace it is, I believe, downright cruel. And the truth is, as we kick this into January and say, oh, we can fix it next year. Well, what do we do with all the people who've either opted out or who have bought those higher premiums? Are they going to, it would be a chaotic mess. So I want to just, I also heard from a couple of other folks that I think we may hear from. One gentleman, Ron, had a major surgery, $2.1 million. He could have never afforded it. ACA tax credit saved his life. And I think that was on the call, Kathleen, that we were doing. Mm-hmm. So we got to get this fixed. I'm going to turn it over to Senator Shaheen. We are going to be joined. This is, for those of you anybody here, this is your first hearing? Anybody here in the room, your first hearing? Okay. Anybody in the crowd, their first hearing? This young man is your first hearing? Well, this is going to be a little bit kind of ad hoc because so many of my spontaneous. So many of our Democratic colleagues are going to be coming in and out. So I'm going to turn over to Senator Shaheen. I'm going to ask my friend Peter Welch to make a couple opening comments. We're going to introduce you all and just kind of roll with it. And we were going to bring this issue to light. So turn it over.